So the Copper River issues a statement finally yesterday and says the Sockeye Run, the famed Copper River Run, has come in less than half of expectations, projections. We need to talk about this, the fucking lies of these bullshit projections that are set every fucking year post-Fukushima just to come fish. I need to discuss this more and more and more. This is fucking criminal what Alaska does. It's criminal what Oregon does. It's criminal what British Columbia, the Fraser. It's criminal to get people to show up to go fishing. It's like, you realize in Oregon on the Columbia River, they've opened fishing for 2 hours a day for like 6 different days, just so they can't get their asses sued off and say, well, fishing's not closed, it's open. They lie on the fucking projections. I mean, they're fucking so wildly over fucking projected every year just to get people there. People need to get together and file a class action lawsuit against fucking Bill Monroe, against fucking the state of Oregon, against the state of Washington, these Chamber of Commerce pieces of shit. They fucking lie. The numbers are so pathetically low. Where's the Endangered Species Act, you fucking piece of shit, Biden? Fuck, he's Trump. I never voted for the fuckhead. I was glad Trump fucking lost. And by the way, nobody voted for Biden. They voted against fucking Trump because people hate the fucker. Rightfully so. Fucking pro-fucking new. I mean, he's a fucking lunatic. Just like they hate Obama. Fuck. I mean, my God, rightfully so. So, these numbers have crashed so dramatically post-Fukushima in an acute fashion, and this is good science. This is real. My PhD is ongoing. I've had to turn to private funding for a PhD. I mean, this is the most important PhD. I was just reading some fuckhead lying, fucking work for the University of Utah. They're paying him a couple $100,000. I mean, the money the state-funded universities are throwing out for PhDs and what is unbelievable. Here's Kevin Blanch doing this historic, incredible fucking work. Well, I'm full of cancer, by the way. The most important PhD in history, and I have to turn to the people and through a GoFundMe. Thank you to everybody who has funded this. I mean, you think about that. Huh. Real science, easy. You hypothesize the knowledge, right? That's a real PhD, right? Tradition. You work your way through the university circle, they'll step up. This full-blown out nuclear meltdown. Why are we afraid of nuclear meltdowns? Until they happen. Then you got to do the field work. I mean, look at this field work. Look at my tide pool. Holy the fuck. My salmon work. Then you defend your work. I've had to defend my work against this tsunami. Now they got me kettled. I mean, think about the body of fucking work. Oh my God. But let's get real. I mean, it's disgusting what academia, all the money that's thrown around. You're going to get some fucking northern lights. They happen here in the summer. It's rare as fuck, but I have seen them. 100 degrees here today. Earliest in the history. There's one duck on the great fucking flyway. So let's talk about this scientifically. I'll slow down. Okay, I'll slow down. So listen to me. We count every salmon that comes out. One of the great restoration projects in American ecological history has been the restoring of the beds in Alaska, the hatchery system. They were fucking strip mined out. It was the mining and the timber miners they couldn't get up there. All fixed, spent billions working. The escapement, little fries that come out. We track them, we trace them, we use incredible sophisticated fucking, well, it isn't that sophisticated, sonar. You can physically see them. We know exactly to the fish how many get out of every single fucking river in Oregon, in Washington, in British Columbia, in Alaska. We know every single fucking fish. How many get out to sea? We know how many get back before they get to the dams. We have boys all over, Army Corps Engineers, NOAA, Oregon fucking Fish and Game, Alaska Fish and Game, fucking the Department of Washington Fish and Game. Dozens of agencies have multiple boys out. They have computerized models that are fucking built in by NOAA, University of Washington, Oregon State. They have the modeling. These modelings are sophisticated. They know exactly, they can keep a pretty good eye on where they're at, how they're doing. They lose track, but when they come home, they start to see. And the modeling is very good. We had record returns. Record returns, 2010, 2011, 20. Now remember, now stay with me. Chinook salmon go to sea for 5 years. Steelhead go twice to sea. 2 cycles. I started to see a decline immediately in 2011, 2012. Now, I says, look, they're going to break the chain. This will be the smoking gun. And everybody's like, ha, 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 Kevin, fuck, there was record returns. Army Corps engineers fucking showing, they got the cam up on fucking the Bonneville, showing all these great returns, everything happening so wonderful. 2013, 14, 15, everybody's laughing. Look, these are record returns, Kevin. Hey, you're saying this, killing the ocean. Look, these fish were already in the ocean and already big enough to make it back before the meltdown happened. This energy pushed in. It took me a year and a half to convince anybody it was one meltdown, let alone fucking at least 3, but it's more likely 6. Not to mention the spent fuel blown to fuck. I says, wait till 2016. It will be the smoking gun of Fukushima. Everybody laughed at me. And they're like, explain. And I've explained on this site 1,000,000 times. The average Chinook salmon, the big hallowed beast, on average go to sea for 5 years. So in 2015, the Columbia really tracks them hard. We'll use the Columbia. We can do the same on the copper. We can do the same on the Rogue, which, by the way, the copper's the healthiest, the Columbia is the healthiest of them all, and it's a fucking 90%, over 90%, that's 95%. The Rogue right now, today, has 187 in it for the year. 187. 5 years ago, they had 136,000. So, the Columbia. Now remember, they gill net out in front, right? Gill nets don't lie. They could take out half of the projections. These projections are fucking good. So, they're projecting in 2016... or 2015, 1.4 million. What came in? 1.4 million. So when they're projecting that, they actually were projecting 2.8 million. So they let them gill net 1.4 million fish and catch 1.4 million fish. Then the other 1.4 million make it through, what doesn't get caught, into the hatcheries. The cycle goes on. So you go from, actually it was 2.9 million in 2015. 2016, they were expecting, all the modeling showed, well over 3 million. They showed that there were going to be 1.7 million after the gill netting. So you can double that. 3.4 million. So we'll use the number after the gill netting, which I've been using. 1.7. Now remember, you could double every one of those because they gill net out in front, the fisheries. Now this is by number, even by size, that Whole Foods and one of the other big canners has said they had to lower their packaging the last couple of years because they're so small. So, got a mosquito. It's a miracle. God, we actually got a mosquito. So, based on projection, ODFW, WFW, fucking NOAA, everybody had projected. I've done this video a million times. I'll keep doing it. It's that important. After gill netting, they're projecting 1.7. Kevin Blanch said his modeling. I'm talking to ODFW. I'm talking to them up there by now. This is conversations ongoing. I projected 680,000. Their modeling's been dead on. They were all in symphony. Come in at 683,000. They're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. They start to pay attention to Kevin Blanch. They're like, wait a minute. I'm getting, 20, 15, 30,000 views on these videos. I was just an outliner. It's an aberration. So, okay, it's an aberration. Next year, they set their projections at 2.3 million after the gill netting, so that's really 4.6 million. I set mine at 480,000. They came in at 488,000. Whoa, whoa, once is luck, twice is skill. Okay? This is Kevin Blanch. Me, on my own. With no financing through interviews. They're just throwing hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some muck that said he was a celebrity fucking... worked on Paris Hilton things, blah, 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 and they give him $200,000 a year. Oh. I'm so disgusted. Third year. Everybody's starting to pay attention to Kevin Blanch by now. 26, we're coming to 2018. I set my projection at 333,000. They have theirs at between 2.3 million and 2.7 after the gill net. So you can double it. We're over 5 million. I'm at 330. That's a big difference, huh? Okay, I mean, gonna be somewhere in the middle? No. 336,000. Kevin Blanch, once his luck, twice his skill, 4 times. They're like, whoa, wait a minute. Then they start to have these discussions. They're like, what's going on? Something at the sea. Okay? Kevin Blanch is dead on. That's good science. In fact, that's incredible fucking science. That's what good scientists do. Not scientists are mystified, baffled, puzzled, stumped, perplexed, bewildered. Okay, next fucking year, 2019. I set my projection at fucking 320,000, and I lowered to 280,000. Then I lowered to 220,000, but I was right around there. They made the decision to pull the gill nets. Okay, so I got my projections sitting right at about 460,000. They've got their projections over 1 million. Comes in at 480,000. I'm on again. Last year, exact same dynamic. I'm dead on the money again. This year, the Columbia right now has 68,000 for the year. 68,000. The spring fucker, their projections, what were their projections? 480,000. That was our projection. The Copper River, they know this is happening now. They know it because they use modeling. Fucking, you can run regression on models. This is not hypothesis. Now it's obviously, this has happened. It's not Kevin Blanch's hypothesis. We have empirical data. It's not opinion, empirical data. We have all these numbers. We have them on the Copper. We have them on the Fraser. We have them on the Columbia. We have them on the Rogue. We have them on the Deschutes. We have them on the Willamette. We have every one of these fucking numbers. It's empirical. It can be plugged in by any fucking PhD. Anybody can plug it in now. The data's there. We have what we call an acute radical outliner has happened. Something crazy has happened. It's thrown these, these models are deviating from the mean by fucking thousands of times. That's unarguable science. And I get nothing. I can't get funding from anyone. I mean, they're throwing, I just see the University of Utah throws 200. I mean, these professors, these derelicts, and here I am on my own. Not to mention the fucking tide pool work of mine. Oh my God. And I'm doing it on 20 grand a year. I don't know how the fuck I didn't lose my house. While I'm full of cancer, full of that. I mean, Mike Lee kicks me off Medicaid. Why I'm fucking fighting. I've got AML de novo, no less. Go to LDSC State and talk to fucking the doctor. Go talk to him. That's an unsurvivable leukemia. I go in the bone marrow transplant at 11. This is such an compelling, incredible fucking. I mean, it's way past Madame Curie. I mean, it's beyond fucking my Nobel Prize. It's fucking unbelievable. I think about it and it's staggering to me. And here I am fucking with my 200 fucking views, flipping the soup can, doing my art form, created such a fucking stir. I was too good. I was so good that I'm competing with CNN, Fox News, Reuters. In the sidebar of the fucking YouTube, 19 of fucking 20 videos on Fukushima, on salmon collapse, on fucking tide pools. There's Kevin Blanch. Who could do that? Who could do? I knew it was retention. I mean, talk about fucking art. Oh my God, who could do it? I did it. So good that they fucking classify me. The Army Corps of Engineers comes to me on the Columbia and says, Kevin, you're fucking classified. Here, look at these. What? Not to mention all my other work at the UN in Vienna, on the SMRs, in the fucking state houses. I mean, my God, I've done the work of 1,000 fucking research PhDs, and I get no funding. Bottom line, this is a fucking 97% at least acute collapse. So in science, you start regression, you start using the computer models now because all the data's there, and it starts pointing something radically happened. When? The model points exactly right to 2011. Any model you run through will point something crazy. This is not happening like this. It's not fucking some climate change that's been going on. Something crazy fucking outline or something. Did a meteor hit Earth in 2011? Did 900 fucking XL? What the fuck happened? Had to be something gigantic. Oh, it was gigantic. Never happened to Mayak, never happened to 3 Mile Island, never happened at fucking Santa Susana, never fucking happened at Chernobyl. Full blown out core fucking nuclear meltdowns. fucking completely burrowed into the Pacific Ocean. Mox fuel, spent fuel pools by the fucking gazillions of tons. Oxide fucking fuel, weapons grade fuel, blown to smithereens, pushed water on, pushed into the Pacific Ocean for fucking 3,700 days. That's what happened. And it's not, it's just getting perpetually worse. All the gray whales, there's more whales washing up dead fucking again. I mean, the acute, I'll predict, I'm standing right PB, and I remember Lisa's asking me, and she's like, what are you doing, Kevin? I'm standing up there at PB Point, and I'm like, I'm looking for dead gray whales. This is 2 years ago. She says, what do you mean? I says, that's a new ship to drive. Our Army counted 312. Again, talk about a Nobel Prize. And I've had to fucking ask for public funding. People that just out of the goodness of their heart fucking have done it. Thank God. Just enough. Just, I mean, sleeping in a sleeping bag, whatever. Me and my little grandson's little gig that we did here. Fuck, that was wicked. Oh my God. So I'm going back to Monterey I'm going to go to the Central Coast because I want to go back and see if those starfish that we found last year are still there. And we're going to get really nice low tide. It's going to be in the afternoon. It's going to be 2, 3, 4 in the afternoon. It's going to be nice. So, and it's going to be for longer. It's not going to be 3, 4 days at fucking 4 o'clock. Fuck, that kicked my ass. But we got it done. And it was deader than fuck. My poor little grandson, that little guy worked so hard. He's so excited, all his little friends. He's a science nerd. I mean, he's a genius. You know, his little friends are science nerds, and they're all excited. He's got his camera, he's working. What'd you find? You know, they're all networking together. He tells everybody he's going to Caltech, you know, and he found some sea anemones. I mean, that's... So, it's a smoking gun. It's unarguable science, the Great Pacific Genocide, which I called that in the first fucking days. It's an energy that's pushed in. Not to mention my work on the fires. Not to my work on the drought and the fucking Great Salt Lake. That looks like we got a fire firing about here. We're going to have a lot of those. Some kind of clouds fucking... Oh my God, the smell off that corporate dairy farm is blowing in. Fucking make you fucking gag a maggot. The dust and the smoke. You know what that is rising up right there? It's dry lake effect. The lake's gone dry, so these windstorms are stirring up the dust off the old Great Salt Lake. Not the driest since us whitey's been here. The driest in a million years. So it's revitrificating everything, old test fucking everything. Let's see it. I hope this camera can do it. That's what it is. It's fucking, which I call the molded grapes of fucking wrath. I've been calling that for a few years. I predicted all this to a fucking T. I hope this camera doesn't just so you can see it. See that fucking nasty fucking dirty cloud? That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. That's the Great Salt Lake right there. Well, these corporate welfare dairy drained this part of the marsh off. But, you know, they got a bunch of money too. That's what it is. Remember I used to call it the molded grapes of fucking wrath? I predicted all this, and oh, this has been going on for years. I showed a professor this the other day, and he said, oh, it's been going driving. And I said, no, it isn't. Here's my Spiral Jetty video from 2012. He's like, whoa, 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 I've never seen that. Of course you haven't fucking seen it. You're busy in your glass house, your feet up, fucking Bob and Ryan to each other, and fucking going to symposiums. He said, well, you proved me wrong. I said, yeah, that's what I do, so shut the fuck up. God, look at this blowing. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, by the way, congratulations to everybody who's been doing me for years. Look at this blowing. Keep this rolling. What the fuck? Grab this fucking shirt. This is blowing hard. 100-degree fucking temperatures, and this wind vortex that we've had over the western United States this year. Hunker down. This is a mean one. Here it goes. Oh. Boy, talk about the grapes of wrath on cue. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, cover up. Get your fucking hat. What the fuck? Look at this blowing. Fucking blowing right at us. Oh, let's go. work I did, I thought, well, when this happens, at least people come around. Their answer is just to cover me up and just squash me. Heartbreaking. Ooh, what a fucking lonely nightmare battle this. I didn't choose it, it chose me. I think about it, how lonely and how heartbreaking it's turned out to be. I can't believe it. I mean, I almost start to cry. I would have never believed this, that I ended up fucking in this lonely fight like this. Nobody can give a fuck about the truth. They don't care. Great Pacific Genocide. Stay tuned.